Hi everybody, trust you well. Let's quickly have a look at Nasdaq 100, and we are on the weekly chart. And in regards to this particular chart, I can see that we have what seems to be a very big W structure at this point, with this side being the first leg of the W structure and this side being the second leg, right? To add to that, we also have this candlestick over here, which is a liquidity candlestick, which is carrying a lot of liquidity where it ends at the bottom. I'm just going to mark it in this manner. There we go, right? So what this tells us is that at some point the market has to come down to this level to grab that liquidity. So as much as we have this W structure that I spoke about, just also bear in mind that we have an opposing structure in the form of an M structure over here, which has a neckline more or less at that point. And you guys know by now that whenever it comes to M structures, ideally we want to see price break into the bottom side of that neckline, heading back to that structure, which is the neckline, to test it. And at that point is where we normally look for potential selling opportunities, and especially if this level over here aligns with any key numbers that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool. So similarly, that's what happened actually here, where we saw price break into the bottom side of that neckline, hitting back up to test it. And at this point we might potentially look for selling opportunities, right? So I'm just gonna add a neckline to the structure, so just bear with me guys while I do so. Let me just have a look. There we go. We could say that that's the neckline of our M structure, and then I'm just going to utilize the Fibonacci retracement tool just to see if that neckline aligns with any key numbers that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool. So just bear with me guys. So we could say that, there we go, and we can see guys that the neckline, which is over here of this M structure, aligns, we could say, with both the 50% as well as the 51.8% Fibonacci retracement levels. So that is Confluence in as far as looking for potential selling opportunities goes at this point, right? We're not just going to sell, we're going to look for further reasons for why we should be selling. And if we do indeed find a good selling opportunity at this point, it is quite possible that price may push further down to this level over here to grab that liquidity that I spoke about, right? So from here I'm just going to head down to the daily chart. Let's have a look, right? And on the daily chart we can see that that M structure that I spoke about has expressed itself as a triple top, as you guys can see. Nonetheless, the same principles apply, right? We still have that neckline over there, and we can see that price, as I said, came back to this level to test it, and we might potentially look for selling opportunities over here, because number one, we have the neckline over here, which is now a very strong level of resistance, as we've had multiple rejections at that level, as you guys can see, right? And currently we see that price is in the process of testing that level again, right? So another reason is that we have this level being in alignment with both the 50% as well as the 61.8% Fibonacci retracement levels, right? So just remember what I said guys, that this is a very important level over here, and we might potentially look for a selling opportunity. To add to that guys, now that we are on the daily chart, just keep in mind that we have this candlestick over here. It is a bullish candlestick with a small body and quite a long upper wick, and it too represents liquidity where it ends at the top, and the market at some stage has to hit up to grab the liquidity at this level, more or less, right? So just keep that in the back of your mind as we proceed. But at this point in time, that level is not important. We will only consider it once price closes above this level over here, in which case we might potentially start looking for buying opportunities. And that is because the expectation is once price is closed above this level, we want to see it come back to the level to test it, and at this level we would look for potential buying opportunities, and our take profit should be this level over here, because it's a very strong level of resistance, as we've had multiple rejections at that point. And to add to that, we have this level, or this candlestick, which is carrying all of that liquidity at that level, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So the next thing I'm going to do guys is to add my daily channel, so just bear with me guys while I do so. Let's see, daily channel, daily channel, daily channel. I would add it more or less in this manner. Just bear with me guys. There we go. There goes our daily channel more or less. I just want to make sure that it is as accurate as can be. There we go, 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 right, there we go, there we go, there we go, right. So what else do we see, guys, in regards to the daily chart of Nasdaq 100? At this point, I don't see much, but I just also want to remind you that on the weekly chart, I spoke about how we have this W structure, and what a lot of the time happens in regards to W structures is that a lot of traders and investors buy on the second leg of that W, and they place their stop losses just below over here. So we have a lot of stop losses that are sitting at this point, and if we do get a rejection at this point, there is quite a big chance that price may push further down to trigger all of those stop losses that are sitting at that point. So just keep that in the back of your mind as we move forward, right? I don't see much really in as far as this chart goes, although I will just also point out that we had this W structure over here, which also has a neckline at that point. And as much as I'm saying that at this point we should be looking for potential selling opportunities, what may possibly happen is price may push further down to this level to test it, and at this level we might see the market push further up, right? So I'm just going to add a neckline to that structure as well, because it's very much important. Let's see, right? So this is the neckline of our W structure, and if the W structure aligns with any key numbers that we have on the Fibonacci retracement tool, it would give us even more reason to look for potential buying opportunities at that point, right? But having said that, we will still need further reasons for why we should be possibly buying at that point, right? Anyway, let's proceed. So from here, what I'm going to do is head down to the H4 chart. On the H4 chart, I'm just going to fix my lines. Just bear with me while I do so. Let's see. Just bear with me, guys. So there we go, more or less, right? There we go, right? So here we are on the H4 chart. The first thing that I'm going to do in regards to the H4 chart is to add my H4 channel as well. And we can see that the channel is quite a steep one. Just bear with me, guys. There we go, more or less, right? And as I'd said, guys, we can see that in regards to the H4 chart, we have number one, just bear with me, we have this structure over here, which is a trend line, right? And we can also see that we have this neckline, and price currently is testing this spot over here, right? Can you guys see that? So chances are that we may possibly get a retracement of sorts at this level over here. Why? Because we have two very strong structures. Number one, we have this level of resistance, which is the neckline of that M structure or triple top that I spoke about, and number two, we have this opposing trend line over here, right? So as I said, guys, let me just actually zoom in. We might potentially see price bouncing off of this level and pushing further down to this level over here, right? And as I said, at this level we may potentially look for buying opportunities, and that is because we have this W structure and the neckline over here, and this neckline is now a very strong level of support, and that is because we've had multiple rejections at that level, as you guys can see, and in the future we might get another rejection at this point and the market may push further up. So that is it, guys, and as far as my analysis goes. Before I close, let me just also quickly point out that we also have a very small W structure over here, which has a neckline at that level, right? And as much as I'm saying that price from where it is may push to this level, what may potentially also happen is that the market may push down to this level to test it, and at this level we might potentially see the market push further up, right? But as far as looking for any buying or selling opportunities at this point, I don't see any. But as I said, we should be looking for selling opportunities at this point, and the safe entry may actually be to wait for the market to close below this trend line. Then once it does so, then look for a potential selling opportunity to around this level over here, right? Anyway, this is my analysis, and peace out.